Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dialar's Twi'lek Tactics. We're going to be doing a deep dive video into another one of the Evangelion collab units. That being EVA-02 Asuka. You know, I'm actually starting to watch the anime from 1995, and I've always been saying Asuka, but they say it in the show it's Asuka. Okay, so Asuka. So we're going to be doing the deep dive on Asuka. As such, or as I do in my deep dives, we're going to be going over the kit in its entirety. We're going to be going over the best gear recommendations. And then normally I would have some gameplay footage for you to watch afterwards. But I actually separated this video from the gameplay recording. And the gameplay and the PvP footage is going to be released about a half an hour to an hour after this video is released. So if you're seeing this right when it comes out live off the press, there's going to be another video coming for you this morning. So I don't have her on this account because free to play they will not have access to her early in the collab event. Where she's in the Iron Eater shop, she can only be purchased with these red ones. Now, since this is my casual account and I'm not really trying very hard, I'm likely not going to get her. In order for you to get her, if you're free to play, you just have to log in and do all of the collab content every day. If you do that, then you are guaranteed to get 336 of this red currency. So you will be able to get her, but it'll be right at the very end, and that will kind of limit you in how high you can progress in the leaderboards for the collab boss, because she's going to be giving 20% bonus points. So you can get her. Now, some people that purchased I think it's the collab pass, some people that purchased this middle pass and that scored quite high in the leaderboard for the collab boss have started to unlock Asuka, EVA-02, and as such, I felt that I would have to get this video out sooner rather than later. So let's without further ado, let's go over and we'll do the deep dive, and then we'll come back here and share my final thoughts on the hero. All right, where's the button? Okay. All right, EVA-02, there's mine. Nice and gold, got her immortal, X30. Again, the animation's very, very cool. I think that the developers did a great job on this cinematic. It gives me hope for what they can do. Let's look at strategy first, before we look at anything else. So their recommendation for gear is Marauder and Sun Signet and Overload, right? Your basic assassin stuff. And they recommend midline for her versus front or back line. For core stats, it is crit rate, crit damage, and attack. No poop. Yes, we all could have assumed that. That is very, very straightforward. It is just she's just an assassin. So, oh, interesting. They recommend that she be teamed up with Shinji. Interesting. Not another assassin. Terradome, Roulette of Truth. Okay, assassin stuff. Okay, good. So that's what the game recommends. Kind of it looks like a Celestial from Marvel, doesn't it? All right, let's go into the kit first. So this is the ultimate double lunge. EVA-02 teleports behind the target with the lowest HP and performs 2 lunges. The first one is horizontal, that deals damage equal to 700% attack to targets in a fan-shaped area, so it's an AoE. The second lunge is a vertical that deals damage equal to 700% attack to targets in a straight line. So it can be an AoE if it hits multiple targets. So that's not bad. Basically a 2-time hit, or 2-hit, 2 AoEs. Very cool. During the Angels from Another World event, being the server boss, damage is increased by 100%, but we're only going to get that for 3 weeks-ish until as soon as the event goes away. That is meaningless. And 800. Not a huge bump up in the levels. If it hits one target, this is the talent modifier. If it hits one target, the current damage is increased by 160%, so that's kind of cool. And the exclusive reads, the horizontal slash, or the first slash, knocks up the target and dispels any invincibility effects on it before dealing damage. So where that becomes quite... And my dog is licking themselves. Where that's going to become interesting is in the assassin mirror, because the assassins are going to be under invincibility a lot of the time. And if you have an Asuka, or an Asuka, I guess, if you have an Asuka and the enemy doesn't, you're going to have the edge because you can hit through invulnerability. First, common skill, Swift Blade. EVA-02 teleports behind the target with the lowest HP and slashes it, dealing damage equal to 1000% of her attack. So it's just a one-hit attack, or a skill, but it is another teleport. So the ultimate has a teleport, the first common has a teleport. If this skill deals crit damage, which it should if you have them built right, it steals 100 energy from the target. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I think that's a good mechanic. The exclusive effect, when activated, instantly resets the cooldown of Fury of the Beast. So like Shinji, EVA-02 can cycle through skills quickly, and I'm assuming that's going to be this one. Yes, second common skill, Fury of the Beast. EVA-02 gains a burst of energy. The damage of the next 3 basic attacks is increased by 320%, and attack speed is increased to max. What does that mean? Attack speed is increased to max. I didn't know that attack speed was a scaling mechanism. Okay, and that goes up to 400%. So, gains a burst of energy. The next 3 basic attacks will be increased by 320%. Okay, nothing too impressive, really. Talent effect, when there are other Evangelion heroes on the field, the number of attacks is increased from 3 to 5. Ah, all right, that's a nice little mechanic. It's a nice little synergy that is going to be active even after the event ends. So, even more evidence of why I want these 5 units to act as a unit. Please give us a commander for them. The exclusive effect, Fury of the Beast enhancement. When the basic attacks enhanced by this skill deal critical damage, which they should, create a shield equal to 250% of the attack, stacks up to 5 times. So that's cool. That's a self shield. That's gonna add a lot of survivability. And remember that the cooldown of this ability gets refreshed when he does her first common skill. I like that. I like it. And then the passive, Iron Will, EVA-02, when receiving fatal damage, ignores the damage. So ignores the damage. It doesn't take the damage and then get invincibility and then go again. It just ignores it. So that last big hit, if it's like a big nuke, it is going to completely negate that damage. Ignores the damage, instantly restore 40% max HP. That's awesome. I like that. So she doesn't have to like drop down to 0 HP and then go back up to 40. If she's at say 30 and then takes a hit that would normally kill her, think of like I was gonna say Korra's nuke, but that's a direct execute. That should kill her. But think of like let's say Vanguard. Say Ares comes in and smacks her for 30%. She had 30% health and kills her. She will just negate the damage, increase, then she'll give herself 40% HP. She'll be back up to like 70% HP. It's like a massive heal. It's awesome. 300 energy. That is half of an ultimate bar. And then receive nano shield. So damage taken is reduced by 60% for 8 seconds. So, wow. So she heals herself, gives herself half an ultimate bar, and then increases her damage reduction by 60%. And the damage reduction also is effective against true damage, and that's energy and hunters. This effect can be activated 1 time per battle. That's going to change here shortly. And the level 3 HP and energy recovery increase to 80% is 600. So that changes things. So she's basically going to heal to full and then gain a full energy bar. Like Leo. Kind of like Leo, in a way. Talent modifier. Nano shield now reduces the damage taken by 80%. So that's a huge damage reduction buff. And then the exclusive effect, this is her X30. The maximum number of these activations is increased to 2. So that's quite incredible. So she does a lot of damage. She's going to give herself a self-shield. Is it in this one? Yeah, self-shield. A lot. Because it says when basic attacks enhanced by this skill deal crit damage, and she does 3 basic attacks, so she's going to gain up to 750% of her attack shields. That's crazy. That's awesome. Okay, so let's look at the exclusive. Anything else here to be gained? She is an attack exclusive, and yes, the Iron Eater or Iron Will enhancement was her X30. Talent modifiers, I would do them all if you can. Let's look at the blues. After using 2 different abilities to cause damage to the same enemy, the damage of the next one's increased by 20%, just a little bit of damage buff. After 25 seconds from the start of battle, gain an additional 60 energy when killing an enemy. Oh no, only within 25 seconds of the start of battle. So she's got to kill people early. So that would go well against summoners. Even though summoners are going to be the hard counter. So, but I'm just saying summons are easy to kill. So, after the displacement skill is cast, and that's on her ultimate or her first common skill, the damage of the next common skill cast will ignore the enemy's 10% armor value. Will ignore 10% of the enemy's armor value. And it can happen every 7 seconds. Damage done in the enemy's area is increased by 2.5%. So not a whole big buff there. And then gear. All right. So since she is fairly easy to gear, and she's got 2 teleports, 2 displacements, you're going to use Marauder gear. Why? Because it's going to give you some more crit rate. And I just noticed that my EVA-02 is crit capped. Oh, that's coming from gear 89. So let's look. So what am I? I am, where's my crit rate? I am 94ish, so not bad. I like that. So I'm not crit capped. After each displacement, crit damage is increased by 80% and has 20% lifesteal, lasts for 5 seconds. And she's got 2 displacements, 2 teleports. So she can actually probably heal herself quite a bit. So she's kind of got like an almost perfect assassin kit, in my opinion. She's got a lot of damage, a lot of self-healing, shields, cheat death ×2. I really am impressed with the simplicity and elegance of her kit. So how you want to gear her, you honestly want a lot of crit. Like I'd say 90% crit rate from everything. Why? Because a lot of her mechanics, you saw when it crits, then she gets this. A lot of her mechanics are based on critting, so she must crit in order to get the full utility out of her kit. As such, you want Sun Signet and Marauder gear, just like a typical assassin. You want crit rate on the hands, you want attack on the helm and the boots, and then on everything else for substats, you want crit rate followed by crit damage and then attack. So you see, I got okay, crit rate, 1 crit damage, crit rate, attack, crit damage, crit rate ×2, attack, crit damage, crit rate, crit damage, crit rate. Could it be better? Yes, and I will improve her gear as I can. But that is her kit, and that is how you want to gear her. So I'm going to make another video discussing or going over damage testing and game testing with Asuka. But what I'm going to do is I want to show you guys one fight. So we're going to go all the way down here. A lot of my big bad boys that have quit the game are down here now. So, see Summit Winner, Mad Trooper, both of them are Summit Arena winners. So, quit right after he finished, or he won Summit Arena Season 12. So let's go against him because his stuff's going to be good. So look at this. This is a 10.1 million assassin team. The difference between him is normally the PvP meta assassin team, in my opinion, would have had Halentus on it instead of Motoko, because that would provide you with more teleports to get off the Fiona immunity procs earlier. Now, his team, much better than mine, development-wise. My Asuka is only 240 non-hyper evolved, whereas his whole team is probably maxed, if I was to guess, being over 10 million. But yeah, the difference is going to be Motoko versus Asuka. Let's go. So I'm not gonna watch. So right there, my immunities went off first. And that's going to be due to me having Asuka, who is going to, or Asuka, who's going to get that teleport off quick. Now they have their immunity up, the opposite team. So you see, not a whole lot of damage going out yet. Now their immunity's fallen off. And there's my second immunity, and they're all focused over there. Because I have my Fiona beefed up for her health pool, and now we just killed somebody. Don't know who it was, but somebody died. In fact, I only see 3 health bars, so we are eating into this team. And if we're going to look at Asuka's damage, she's at 3.1 million, Dom's at 6.1. And yeah, she's not doing too good damage-wise. We're not really showing a good showing damage-wise. Now she's dead, Dom's dead, Core's dead. Yeah, we're going to lose this one where I won it earlier, which is interesting. Okay, yeah, we lost that one. So that's not a good showing. That's not a good showing. I was supposed to win that. I won that earlier. Well, isn't that embarrassing? I want to try that again. We're just going to fast forward, though. Vroom. No, well, I don't know what changed. What changed? Well, what's Mad Trooper running? Mad? Why is that your assassin team? We are not going to show off against that. What's Ludenick running? Okay, tanks. All right, let's just pick on tanks. Maybe this will show you what Asuka can do for damage. So there she goes. She's already better than Dom. Now she's under Dom. But keep in mind my Dom is maxed, whereas Asuka is only X30, 240. Look at her health pool. Her health, she's almost dead. And there she just did a massive heal on herself. So Fiona died early. Let's look. Where is she? 6.1 million. All right. So this wasn't, going to show her off in any way. I've been told she's OP. So do please go check out the other video that's going to be posted today on damage testing and game testing. So let's go to final thoughts. Got to turn my mic back on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I do have the foresight of knowing all of the gameplay testing that I did earlier this morning and that you're going to be seeing later on today. And the initial reports of her being the OP hero, I don't really get that. I think she's better than Shinji so far. So it's Shinji's good, Asuka's better, and then the Hunter's just dog poop at this point. But I think she's a good assassin. I think if you're just coming in the game, if you're just starting this game, I would definitely build her up because you're not going to have access to a lot of good assassins right off the bat. She's... All of the top 5 assassins are good. You're not going to have an ability to get a Motoko if you're brand new to the game. And I do think she is better than Motoko, but she's a little bit different. Both her and Motoko are both kind of AoE assassins. I think she's got a little bit more single target in her kit. So I would definitely grab a copy of her, and she's going to be worth it to level up with genes as you get them. And I like her. I like her kit. Like I said, it's kind of elegant in its simplicity. And I will give her a grade of a... Until I'm proven that she's better than she is, I'm only going to give her a grade of B+ as of right now, which is better than average. So ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think of Asuka and EVA-02. And I will catch you in the next video, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for the next one that's coming out in roughly an hour. Cheers, peace, bye-bye.